Well, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. It's been a while, hasn't it? Been over a month. I was, as some of you know, in England. I was only going to be there for sort of 3 weeks, but unfortunately there was a bereavement in the family. An unexpected one, it may be said, unexpected by us, as well as unexpected by the chap who passed away. You lot don't know him, I hardly knew him, but his mother is an elderly lady, and it sort of fell to me sort of by accident that I was involved in dealing with the estate, as it were. Involved a lot of lugging of stuff and a lot of dumping of stuff and a lot of going through paperwork and all sorts of things that kept me in England about 10 days longer than I'd expected to be there. So I got back to France only last night, and you know, the grass has grown, but not very much. The rose cuttings are showing some very hopeful signs of life. Looks like I'm going to have a good collection of rose plants to plant along fences. But the clearance of this unfortunate chap's estate has given me a sort of dividend and a collection of problems and some bonuses. In his little one-bedroom flat he had some tools, and his mother said, "You can have them." I don't know what they are. I don't know what he wanted them for. Don't know if they're any good, but if you want to take them, please do so. Well, you know, me and tools, of course I said, well, yeah, not a problem. And as you know, I drive a Skoda Estate. Yeah, it's quite a big car for a little man like me. And I got here last night quite late, and this morning I've been up and I've almost finished unloading. Almost. This has got to come out, and therein hangs my next problem. I've not done the things that I wanted to have done in terms of getting the barn looking like a workshop. So what I need to be doing is finding somewhere to stand that. Those of you that know what it is, and those of you that have bought one, will say, "You lucky so-and-so." Well, yes, I am lucky. Much luckier than the chap it used to belong to. So what, you're saying, doesn't take up a lot of room? It doesn't. But then there was the other things that, you know, want to sit on the top of it. And you're thinking, well, you know, it's only a little box. It is only a little box. And when we look in it, we find it's got tools. Trust me, I took an awful lot of tools out of this box because when I first tried to pick it up, I couldn't. Some of these tools you will recognise, and you'll say, "Oh, that's handy if you've got a milling machine." I haven't, but you know, that may change. And then you sort of, you look in, oh dear, let's move this a little bit. Right, that moved it a little bit. Some of these are going to be incredibly useful. You know, look at that. Isn't that a wonderful wire strippy sort of thing? You know, you stick your wire through there. Let's stick your wire in there and you go like that and it crimps down on that, and then you go like that and it holds the other piece of wire, and then you go like that. What a wonderful tool. That's going to get a lot of use. And then a lock nut washer. Well, good. Yeah. And look at that, a brooch for a broaching machine. If you drill a 3/8 a 13/32 pilot hole through whatever it is you want a square hole in, and then you punch that through it bit at a time and it gives you a 3/8 square hole. Fantastic. There's some wonderful things in here. You know, nice little King Dick adjustable. You say, well, yeah, okay, very nice, but shouldn't cause too many problems finding homes for this sort of stuff, should it, really? Well, look at that. Dinky little screws, aren't they? Yeah, shouldn't take up too much space in that great big barn. Oh, they're handy. You know, nice little pin chuck. Wad cutters, that's what I think of them as. There's probably a better name for it. Look at that. Nice little engineer made square. Little more and right micrometer, and a Mitoy Toyo. I think that's probably going to be a micrometer in that box. Yep, little micrometer in there. And you're thinking, what's he making a fuss about all these goodies? Well, I need to get these and some more put away. Now you're still probably thinking, well, that wasn't that many tools. No, not that many at all, really, was it? Oh, ha! Chuck keys. And interesting stuff. And more interesting stuff. And more. And more. And more. And some of these things are delightful. I'm going to pop you down for a moment to take these out of the packet because I think these are lovely. Well, that's my hand. Look at those. Aren't they sweet? Little engineer's clamps, tool maker's clamps. Oh, and of course centre drills. That's a thingy for adjusting them. And oh, enough rat-tailed files for a whole rat colony. Some strange looking things that I've never had the joy of using before, and one that I'm sure someone is going to tell me exactly what you use this for. It's a sort of interesting sort of three-pronged sort of thingy for opening something or another, or separating some sort of peculiar circlip. I'm sure that will come in useful one day. You're still thinking, well, that's not that many tools, is it? these are quite interesting. Long-handled taps. Boxes. I haven't counted how many micrometers we've got. Lots and lots and lots of them. Oh, there's an interesting one. Before we look at the interesting micrometer, look at this dear little thing, a verdict dial gauge. I do know how to use them. I do know what they cost. Yeah, that was rather a lovely thing to find. Now, there's a big box over here. A groove micrometer. Have you ever tried doing this one-handed? Now, I've never used one of these. I've never had a call to. But it's, you know, it's a vernier jobby thing for measuring grooves. I looked up how much these things cost new. I looked up how much they cost second hand, and there isn't a great deal of difference between the second hand price and the new price. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. One day I might have a use for that. And you're still thinking, well, it ain't that much, but in this latest arrival in France, I only moved about a third of the tools that I took away from this chap's place. Before I shut up and get on with finding places to stash them, I thought I would show you this. Those of you that know what it is have probably not used one in the last 30 years. I have used one, but 40 years ago. It's a saw set for setting saw teeth. What a lovely thing to have kicking about. Anyway, that's enough for today. Oh no, let me just show you this one. Right, a file with a file handle, lovely, fantastic, but of course it's an engineer's file with plain sides for filing out careful sort of work. I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to find homes in the barn for all of these wonderful bits and pieces. And, well, tomorrow is another day.